Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another video. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you had a wonderful celebration. If you went out, I hope you were safe, but you had a lot of fun. Happy New Year to you too, Miss Judy, and welcome to you all. So I have a couple of announcements. I'm looking at my video to make sure that everything is going okay. For some reason, my internet was a little bit slow today, but I'm not sure why that would be. Like there shouldn't be a reason for it. We have just wonderful weather, so it's not the weather. For sure, it's not the weather. And I hope that we don't have any interruptions. Hi, Carrie. How are you? So, guys, if there's any interruptions, please let me know that we are having issues. Okay. To those on Facebook, I don't see anybody. Hi, Anita. How are you connecting on Facebook yet? But if you are on Facebook, I have a harder time monitoring Facebook. So if you can write here and let me know, or write a comment and let me know so I can kind of monitor that. It's kind of difficult to have two browsers or two different tabs in a browser, one with Facebook and one with YouTube. And so I just have usually YouTube, but I don't want you guys to feel neglected, and I just can't monitor Facebook well. So hopefully you guys can like write a comment or something so I can make sure that everything is going okay. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Anita. And hi, Carrie. Okay, so guys, let's see. Oh, thank you for that thumbs up. That helps me a lot there in Facebook. I don't have a whole lot of announcements to make. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. It is true that I decided that the free product for. Okay, let me know. I told you guys there was something weird going on, so I hope it all is working well. I just got this weird message in my software. So happy New Year, Brenda. Okay, so I was saying I did decide to make my January's gift the memories pack, and I will show that to you here in a second. I don't have a whole lot of announcements to make, except maybe this is a big announcement. So I have really been considering making the I don't want to call it class because I am learning, right? So I just don't want to call it class. More like a coloring club where we can really share. Okay, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Really share about coloring. My thought, you guys know I'm a really bad business person, right? That's not my strength. So I have thought of something around the lines of um, creating a Facebook group, and then you can be part of the group. I want a Facebook group for two reasons. One's because it's easier to kind of communicate with people, right? Like this is happening, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm coloring, and share your projects. And two, because instead of making a video, I would like to make it more like like when you are in a video conference call that you can actually see others and kind of have that kind of like, it's not contact but more. Hi, Louise. How are you? More of a personal touch, I guess. I feel that is a little better. So that has been my thought. We would look into what I mean about paper. We will talk about paper. We will talk about obviously alcohol blenders. We will do some learning together. I am reading some books and learning about some of that stuff, and I just really want to share with you all that. I'm watching, videos in YouTube as well, and I want to share with you all that, and we will translate to Stampin'Up blenders, because I am assuming most of you don't have Copics or whoever may not have Copics, right? And the truth is, there are plenty and tons of YouTubers that work with Copics and that have wonderful videos and teachings with them. So I will not even try to get there, because again, there's like masters and artists out there that you just like your jaw drops. But what we're going to do though is we're going to adjust all that knowledge from Copics and put it into our blenders, and they are very different. Our blenders are different than Copics, very very different. And we will use whatever we have within Stampin' Up. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that that's what I'm envisioning. I still have not obviously moved forward with any ideas, so I don't know. We'll see how that rolls, right? But that is so far what I got. I'm really excited about that though. So let me go to the crafting table and stop talking here, and then keep talking, but maybe I can show you what I've. So there is a site that I found out, and it's like Vanilla Artist or Vanilla something. I can't forget. I can't remember, but I've been practicing some of the stuff that they have, and this is all with Stampin' Up blenders. So, and using Stampin' Up coloring markers, not markers, sorry, coloring pencils. So definitely I can see some jumping. You can totally achieve really, really interesting and beautiful options, right? We will get into detail on that if we open that group, but I just wanted to show you what I've been working. This one kind of got messed up there, but what I've been working on. So this got me distracted yesterday. Okay, guys, this is the memory pack. I want to show you guys about this real quick. This is the one that will be free for those of you who buy $50 or more on my online store before shipping and taxes. And so there you go. This is what we have, right? They have like longer. They are usually 4x6, I want to say. Bigger cardstocks. They have 3 different types of stickers that I know I've shown you and that I really, really like. But I know I've said that. So really, really cool. And then these smaller pieces that are 3x4. So this is what you would get if you buy in my online store. $50 or more before shipping and taxes. Oh my God, I always forget that. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you, Carrie, and thank you, Louise, and thank you, Brenda. It's a lot of learning, right? I am learning, and I am learning because I do have Copics. I have to be honest about that. I have tons of them. I don't have the whole collection. That would be extreme. If I wouldn't become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I probably would have the whole connection. Because I really like Copics, and that's how I started working in coloring. It was with Copics, so I really really love them. And so I am learning a lot, and I am learning because I like learning, and I guess I will always kind of say to you, it would be a learning process for all of us, right? I am by no means a teacher. God forbid. I barely know what I'm doing. So I just want to put that out there. But it could be really fun. We'll make videos. So my thought is this. My thought process is going this way. And sorry, I'm taking this long talking about this. My thought process is going into having a monthly video where we will color together, a monthly homework, or some a stamp set that we can choose together. It doesn't have to be me, that we can choose together that we want to color, and that can happen, you know, very easily in a Facebook group. Hey, what stamp do we want to color? What stamp do most of us have? And if you don't have something. Oh yes, Louise. Louise says that she learned with Copics, and she has an extensive collection. I love Copics. They are amazing, an amazing product, right? But again, I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and you can achieve a lot with our blenders. It's a lot about getting to know the blenders or getting to know the product really well. So that's kind of my thought process, guys. I am not sure how that's going to go, but once I evolve in my idea, I will let you guys know. So what are we doing today? We're doing another interactive card. Sometimes I just get into the flavor, and I just love interactive cards, guys. I can't help it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I have seen this card many times on Pinterest. So again, by no means is a new fold or a new interactive card. I saw it initially by a, it's called Innovative Crafts. I think they do a lot of like interactive cards and things. And I saw, but again, when I saw it a while ago. And this has been there in my list of things to do. And so, same as it always is, as I am working towards finding the right measurements, because they work on centimeters, and so I'm just making the translation. I realized that Mitosu Crafts, I don't know how to pronounce that. They are Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK. They had a video with that mechanism, and so I figured, okay, I'm going to use their input, because they have all the measurements. My measurements were pretty similar. In the end, I was barely done. The mechanism is just a little piece, and so it's not a big deal. But I do want to give credit to Mitosu Crafts, because I saw them. I think they were actually one of them was part of the artisan team last year. I don't dwell on certain things, so if I see something, it kind of passes by. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, I'm getting a little scared here because it keeps telling me to recover the broadcast. So if you guys, please tell me if something's going on, just in case, okay? What are we going to be using today? We're going to be using the Fluffiest Friends, guys, because I absolutely love these set, and it is available in our online store right now. And I am going to be using these heartfelt hellos, which you will get for a $50 purchase in here in January 5th, I want to say. It's going to be when the celebration and the new mini catalog will go live. I think I want to say it's January 5th. I don't know why I always. Oh, January 4th. Okay, thank you, Louise. January 4th. So I'm going to be using this one, as you can imagine, mainly because there's no sentiments in here. But I did want to play with coloring. I did most of these last week. So these were ready actually our for our live that didn't take place last Tuesday. And I gotta say, guys, I am really sorry about that, but we had like a blizzard. Well, there was. I didn't feel the blizzard. We were inside. There was a lot of snow blowing, and a lot of wind, and so. But I was not driving. Thankfully, all of my kids were okay. But the internet was like super sketchy, guys. So I didn't even try. The other thing that we're going to be using is the Be Mine paper. These would be also available in January 4th. I have made another card with this. I'm going to say a couple of weeks ago. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. And so a couple months ago, I think. I really like this paper. It's super cute. I know I've already shown it to you, so I'm not going to go into showing the paper, but it's really cute and it will be available. This card has really a few pieces to it, mainly because I like getting complicated. But we are going to work with this. It's kind of simple in the end if you don't put as many layers as I do. This is just a regular piece of card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and we are going to score on the 8.5 at 4.25, right? Nothing new in here. We're going to score that, fold this. This is Sweet Sorbet. Guys, I don't know why, but this Sweet Sorbet, maybe I got Poppy Parade. I don't know, guys. This looks very light. I may have done a mistake in here. Can you tell? It seems too light for me, but I am not going to dwell with it. It's a red. It will look okay, because we have layers, so it will look okay. And we're going to work on the front first because we need some of the layers in adhere first before we work on the insides. Otherwise, it's going to be harder to get this. So I have, and all those measurements, guys, will be in our PDF tutorial. I will have that ready probably later tonight or tomorrow morning, because I have not really started writing the blog post, and I have stopped writing very long blog posts. I don't know if people actually read them or they just go directly to the PDF tutorial, so I have kind of stopped doing that. Very long blog posts. So this is a piece from that beautiful paper that I've shown you, the Be Mine, and these are just an eighth smaller. This is a little smaller. This is a fourth smaller. So I have a piece of white cardstock that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and these would be a piece of DSP that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. Okay, the last piece I have, and these two pieces are similar. Okay, now I remember. Sorry, guys, I did make all this like a weekend ago. So this piece is 4 1/8 by 4 by 5 and by 5 1/4. This is the one that's 5 1/4, and this is going to go like this. So we're creating that little arc or arch in here, and we're going to glue this. I am not making a checker card. This can totally be a checker card if you want. Checker cards are so easy to make, even if you made the, how they call them, fake checker cards or whatever. I am not really going to do that because it always takes a little bit from the front of the card. So I'm just like going to leave it very, very simple. The only thing I keep thinking is I may want to add some acetate in here because it will create maybe the idea of, I don't know, like a shopping store, like a store or something, and they are all trying to get to the honeys. I don't know. That's probably a good idea. So I'm going to cut these, let's see, at 5 1/4, and we may use this piece. It seems like super cute, like a good idea, right? So let's see. Whoops. Is this, yeah, this will fit. I'm going to take a little bit more. So I'm going to take, so this is going to measure 5 1/8. And I don't even know the width of it, but it's just enough to cover that arch we have here. That comes from the dies or the fluffiest friends, okay? So let's put this together. What do you guys think? Yes or no to the acetate? Before I even decide anything, I have to clean this. I think this is actually an acetate from one of the stamps, guys. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. I have one here from our actual acetate. It happens. I have told you guys many times I do reuse everything as possible. Okay, so I have to cut these, and now we're going to cut it correctly. So I'm going to cut these at 4 by, I want to say 5 1/4. Okay, and again, I will have those in here. And I'm sorry, I have my just for the acetate, perfect. I have my trimmer here on the side because most everything is already cut. So let's go ahead and add our pieces. I do have to say, guys, I moved on to glue. I know most of you know that already because we've talked about it. And yes, I moved on to glue. But because this is acetate and it will be a little bit messy, I am thinking that I want to add these with tear and tape. Right? It makes a little bit more sense. Otherwise, it gets very, very messy. So I'm going to add de-acetate to the front first because remember that this piece is a little smaller. So I am going to add these first and I'm going to put glue, not glue, my tear and tape, guys, here on one side and then on the other. And then we'll add these to our front layer. Yeah, that went well. And let me bring my take your pick, guys. This is one of those tools that I absolutely love. So, guys, what did you do for your New Year's? Did you have a lot of fun? I did not do a whole lot. We definitely just chill here at home. These two are the same measurement, and I see that it sometimes gets stuck. So I'm just making sure that it is all on the same, like it's well aligned with itself, and I am doing that with one side first, and then we'll add the other side. Okay, and these will go here, and I don't know if you guys can tell. It has a tiny bit. I'm gonna leave it there. It's probably less than a 16th. I feel very tempted to cut it, but I'm just gonna leave it there because if I cut it, it's just not gonna look good. And now we're going to bring our inside piece. Again, guys, it keeps telling me recover broadcast. So something's going on with my internet. I'm not sure what it is going on with it. It's very, very annoying. And I am going to use, again, my tear and tape here because, like I said, when you put glue, it gets really messy with the acetate. And I just don't want it to get messy. And you, for those of you that have not, if you're new here, you should know that I love my tear and tape. This is probably what I use most of the time. I just feel it's so reliable, right? Okay, let's go ahead and get these done. Ah, maybe. Oh no, Miss Judy, with the trimmer. I have a big guillotine that I bought recently, because I'm still thinking of making kits, and so the guillotine will be more efficient. But I just use my trimmer. What happens is I have a right to here to my right. I have a oh my gosh, I'm thinking in English and Spanish. A drawer that opens, and I just put it there so it's handy. But I just decided to move in faster there. So sorry. Okay, so I actually am going to do these this way, right? The other way around. So I would usually would do that, but this is the smallest piece, right? And I'm just going to come here and align and adhere. And there we go. Now these we can add to our card base with glue and not card base yet, to the white layer. I like white layers a lot. It helps to pop up the cardstock. I think it was Tara who said that last when we were doing our paper pumpkin kit. Did she said, oh my God, yes, whenever you put the white layer, it does pop up. But there's another reason for that. And that is because I did mention, okay, guys, I know I'm very, very picky, but this red seems less like this red. I don't know if you guys can tell. There's a minimal difference in the tone, and I am that person. So I have decided that the white will help separate that and will make it less noticeable. It is probably not noticeable already, but yes, I don't like that. So it's like just a tiny bit, guys. It's not even like worth it, but I can't help it. I need to get it done that way. We'll decorate the front here later. We're going to start with the inside. The inside has decorations on both sides. You cannot decorate this side totally. I just think it looks a little naked. And again, you guys know me very well, so I am not even concerned about that in explaining myself. I am going to bring this is a piece of white cardstock, so you will need 3 pieces of white cardstock measuring 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I'm just going to bring a tiny piece of that decoration here, decorative paper, the DSP. You can do, I'm going to say this, I'm probably not going to do this. I'm thinking about it. So this is going to be a Mother's Day card because again, we're using those, what's the name of it? Heartfelt hellos. And I was thinking, well, you can totally make this in here and kind of make a pocket here for a gift card. So that is a possibility. I like the idea. Sometimes I don't send, some of these with gift cards, and I don't sell the cards. So it does not make a lot of sense for me to like push having gift cards. So I'm thinking I just want this not totally in the middle, but a little bit towards the middle. This is probably what, 3/4 of an inch that I'm putting in here, and I'm just going to glue it all together, guys. Again, it does not have to be, it could be a gift card holder if you want it, but I am just going to skip it this time. Now, that said, all you would need to do, maybe, Judy, you're probably right. Maybe I made a mistake and got Poppy Parade. I don't know, guys. It happens. So you're probably totally right, Miss Judy, and it is Poppy Parade, and I made a mistake because it is like, yeah, I can tell. So thank you for that correction. In my world, I thought it was Sweet Sorbet. It happened, guys. So going back to put some glue in here. Yes, I like, so Luis, I really agree. Like, I like the idea of decorating this side for that reason. Again, it could be a gift card. Now this is again another piece, and this is just 1/8 smaller. So very, very simple measurements, nothing crazy. I absolutely love the other side of these cards. I love those bees. For real, right? And we're going to put this, maybe. Okay, that it is. There it goes. Of course, one of the reasons, but one of the things I really like from glue is the versatility. And of course, this is me, and that's why I don't like it, because I always make like big messes, right? I don't know why I push so much. I do have that smaller glue dispenser. I don't know why I don't use it. Thank you, Miss Judy. Okay, so far, very simple, right? There's nothing in here to like get concerned about. This is the mechanism. I have already done it, but we are going to do it together, so don't sweat it. You will need a piece of 4 by, I have my instructions here, 4 by 1, very small piece. Please, please, please use thick cardstock. I did not, all the ones I did were well, the first one was with black cardstock, and then the rest I was like, this cannot be with our regular cardstock. So use thick cardstock. This is not thick cardstock because this is just to show it, but you can totally tell how much heavier this cardstock is, right? So this little piece needs to be in thick cardstock. Actually, all the mechanism pieces need to be in thick cardstock. So let's move that card out of the way and bring our trimmer, make sure that you are actually seeing. And so the only thing that it's different is how I am going to explain some of this. But again, not very different from what Mitosu crafts show. So we're going to align at 3 1/4, and we're going to score. So there's 1. And then we're going to go to 2 and we're going to score. And we are going to move to 2 3/4. So it's 3/4 is the magical number. 2 3/4, right? And finally 3.5. Okay. So here it is. Let me bring this so you can see it. So this is how we're going to actually glue this. So this is our piece. This is exactly our piece. There's a few extra steps. Now, this is that 3.5 score, and then we have this other. This was the 2 3/4 score, and I should have done it there, but I was talking. So Maria, thank you for talking. So I'm going to bring my pen, and I am going to mark in here, and I'm going to move this a tiny bit towards me so I can see better. But I am going to mark here at the 3/4 area or measurement. Okay, so here's, I don't know if you guys can see, here's the half and here's the 3/4, and I am doing this very, very eyeballing. Okay, the other way that you can do this is if you put it in here like this and you measure. There was another way I did, oh, actually like this. So if you, let me see, how else did I did this that it was pretty accurate. That has worked for me, guys, very, very well. And I'm gonna move this a tiny bit because before I was able to absolutely like put my big head on top of it, which I can't do now, which is why I am not doing it. But so bottom line, let me see, we're going to mark this is 3/4, then 2 3/4, and 3.5. Okay, and then these will be marked at 3/4. Just remember, this whole piece is 4 by 1, so this is the 3/4 mark. Okay, and now, very simple, we've done this. I'm going to mark this, and I did mark it with in my actual piece. You can, well, I erased it, but you can totally see it there. So it's a guide. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to align that little dot with the dot. So let me bring this up here for you. This is our first, or this, actually this will be the last, sorry guys, the last score line, right? So we marked there on the top, and we are going to now align that little dot we created in that last score line with our dot there at the 3/4 in the second to last score line. And I'm not being able to put my big head on top of the camera, so I hope this goes straight. This is probably going to go decently, but not perfect. And there we go, right? So we scored between that dot and this other dot. Now we're going to turn around, and what we're going to do is we're going to score between that dot again, and I'm going to mark this in that 2-inch score mark that we did earlier. And I am marking this so it's easier, but I am not kidding. I did the same thing with the other, with my piece, because this is a piece that nobody's going to really see, right? It's going to be hiding. So we are going to we can, of course, erase it, but it's not going to be a big deal. Okay, so we have those 2 marks. Now, before I move a whole lot further, I'm going to make, so I'm going to make a mark here, and this is less than a 16th. It's a tiny bit after this mark or before this mark, okay? I would say about a 16th is enough, but I am not marking it. I'm just eyeballing it. So you see, a tiny bit. And I am going to, because I'm so good with lines, right guys? You guys know I'm going to make a kind of a straight line. You guys know I don't work well with straight lines. And I'm going to line now the 1 inch towards the top of the trimmer, and at half inch. Okay, and we're going to bring our cutting blade, and we are going to cut from the top to that line we did. And I don't know if you guys can see. It's very hard to see, but that's what I'm doing. What I'm cutting is all the way to that little line I did after the two or there. Could you mark it earlier? You could mark it, but I know people tend to not like the 16th marks, and so I try to avoid it. So this is what you're going to end up with. Let me move this. We don't need the trimmer anymore. Does anyone have questions? Please let me know if you have questions. I'm going to wait a couple of seconds to those who are live, so you tell me if you have any questions, if there's anything that you think that you didn't understand. So again, we scored at 3/4, 2, 2 3/4, and 3.5. And all those measurements and all those details will be in the PDF tutorial. And then we make those diagonal scores between that dot at 3/4 to these score line and the 2-inch score line. And finally, we moved a tiny bit, about a 16th towards the left, and we made a little line and then cut in this in half. Is this too complicated? Please let me know if this is too complicated. Please let me know if you have questions. I don't see questions, but I want to give it a second. The next step here, it's okay, perfect, Judy. The next step is very, very simple. All I'm doing is kind of like folding everywhere, right? Doing all these folds like this, simple. And we're going to push these. So if I'm going to put up here. So this forms a triangle. We're going to push the triangle. Triangle backwards. It's okay, Miss Judy. So we're pushing this triangle backwards, right? Like that, like pushing it together. You see? And that is our mechanism. So things are important, and it is, these needs to be, I'm going to put it back up here, well aligned. Okay? So what I'm saying is this cannot be like that. In this, okay, let me put it this way. So you see, this cannot have a different inclination. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, I'm glad. So these cannot have an inclination. These two pieces have to be perfectly aligned. Otherwise, the mechanism is going to be funky. It's not going to work well. So, okay, so we have those two there, and now we have our mechanism. Okay, all these measurements again will be in the PDF tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside. We have our mechanism here, and we have still another little piece. This is Poppy Parade because Maria made a mistake. And this measures 2.5 by 4. Okay, let's see. No, 2. I decided 2. Now, these can be even a little smaller. It can be 1.5. It does not have to be 2. I just made it 2. I think that Mitosu made it like 1 or 1.5. And some of the others I saw made them actually like 3 or 2.5. I decided 2.5 was too big. I'll show you here in one of the examples why. This piece again measures 4 by 2, and we are just going to score at 1 and in 1 inch and increments. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I think actually that Mitosu's craft made it 3.5, but I found out for me it was easier the whole 4. And so we're going to bring our bone folder, guys, and we're going to, crease those score lines that we just made. And there we go. Okay, so very simple piece. This is the first piece that we are going to glue. Now, again, my experience has been that you need to glue this towards the top. So when I made it the first one, and you guys will see this in all the ones I made, I kind of put it towards the middle, and then it kind of ends up not being center, which is fine. But then the mechanism, like, you just want to be able to like cover everything, right? So I did move it a little bit towards the top. I am thinking this is probably what, 1.5 inch from the top. I don't have an actual measurement, but we can totally try to figure that out together. So let's see, there's 1.5. Yeah, so about 1.5. You're not seeing because I'm there. About 1.5 from the top is where I would glue this. So higher towards the top, not center. Like, I don't know, like, I think that I naturally thought, or just by I was used to, and I was like, oh yeah, in the middle, right? No, not in the middle. And I am going to bring yesterday a lot of the tear and tape. One of the reasons why I love it is because I really, really trust it, and this is a mechanism, right? Or part of the mechanism, and you just want it to keep working many times after the person has received the actual card. And so I just put this on one side. I'm going to align these again about 1.5 inches towards the edge, so towards that middle score line. Not on the score line. We have discussed that many, many times. It will not be perfect, right, if you do that. So towards the score line, but not on the score line. And there we go. We're going to go give it a push. And now we're going to fold and put a couple of other pieces of tear and tape and glue. And you guys know this is very easy to glue because we will not, we don't have to make any calculations. We will just fold the other side over it and it will be done. Okay, let me move that out of the way. So all I'm doing now, I am pushing there, closing, and just give it a good rub, and that's it. Now I am going to open and close this and make sure this opens all the way well. It not always happens this perfectly, but sometimes, like, it's not, I guess I scored it wrong, and so or like a 16th of an inch or whatever, but it's called it wrong, scored it wrong, and then you have these totally in the way. So like not folding correctly is what I'm trying to say. Now the next step is we're going to bring that other piece that we have in here. You guys can tell that it's even marked in there. It will be fine. It will be fine because nobody's going to see it. I'm going to put some tear and taping here like we've been doing, and I know the tear and tape takes a little bit of extra time because it does, but I just want it to be secure, and I put two pieces like that, one on top of the other. Yes, you're seeing what I'm doing. Guys, does it need to be a little closer? Let me know if it will be helpful if I make it a little closer. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to align these right below the piece we just put in. So right below there, here is my score line, and I am adhering right next to it, right? But not on top of it, because otherwise it's going to be difficult to fold. That's the first step. And now, which is pretty simple in a way, all we need to do is put adhesive here. And we're going to do it the double, just like we've done. I like to make sure that it all is going to work. And so I do doubles. I'm pretty sure you all do something similar, right? Okay. Now, here's the trickish part. It's not too bad. So if we fold this, I don't know if you guys can tell, if we fold this, this piece will completely glue or get glued. Can you see? No, you can't see. To the white piece. So we need to, I'm going to push that. So I'm going to close this, not holding these against it. So I'm going to close this first. And once I make sure, you see, you can see there. Once I make sure that the red piece is inside that white piece, right? I'm going to push. Does that make sense? So go again. I need to let these off a little bit before I close this all together. This needs to go inside this area. So I'm letting this close, and then once I see that it's inside, I can close this completely. And I'm trying to make it sure that you guys can see, but it gets a little bit tricky. So now I am pushing that triangle that we created, or that the end part of that area, and now I am pushing all together. Did that make sense? Which means, oops, that did not work. Let me see. I'm going to do it again because I didn't want to really push, and now, so the inside, or this piece goes into the inside, that goes, the other white piece goes on top, and then we push. And there it goes. So this is our mechanism. I'm pushing to make sure that it is well adhere, because that's important. People open their cards all the way. And so I'm just making sure that it all is fitting well. Okay? And that's our mechanism. The last piece that we need, and I don't know why I don't see it here, because why would I have it all? How weird. I'm pretty sure I had it, but no sweating. It's a, oh, hey, Kay, how are you? It's a 1.5 by 1.5 square. So very simple cut. We're going to go 1.5 and 1.5. That is 1.25, Maria. Okay. So there we go. We have our little square. Where did I put my little square? Oh, I had already cut it. It's fine. I see it now. And we are going to score these in half. So that means 3/4. Remember the magic number. So 3/4. We're going to score on one side, and then we're going to turn around and score on this other side. So 3/4, okay? And you just got this little grid, okay? In spite of the fact that I'm really bad with scissors, I'm going to cut, and we need to get rid of one of these squares. Now, I'm going to show you up here. I'm going to cut a little bit. So I'm going to cut this square. So I'm going to cut not exactly on the score line, but a tiny bit before that score line. Let me show you. Okay, see? There's the score line, and I cut a little bit before that score line. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And again, all these was my pain learning, right? I kind of like makes noises, and I don't like that. So let me show you the square I got. See, it has a tiny bit. It's even less than 1/8 of an inch. So I'm not, that's why I went with a little bit below, a bit before that. And this piece is going to fall like that, and we're going to glue this piece in here. So on this side of the triangle, I'm going to glue this, and it goes in like a reverse L shape, right? And yes, you guessed it, guys. Back to my tear and tape, and taking that little piece off, and that is what I'm going to use. And here's the piece, and we are going to adhere this right there. So this will be adhered just to that square. I'm making sure, guys, same as I've always done, that it is not on top of the folding, but a little bit to the side of the folding. Just remember that whenever you put stuff on it, this was what I was going to tell you. Whenever you leave stuff on the side, it will be in the way. So see this? So we needed to cut a little bit more there. So yeah, it's fine. We're going to do that together here. This is not adhered to anything. So I am going to cut that piece, and it will now have no problems opening and closing. Okay? Any questions so far? Very, very simple. We're going to leave this for 1 second, and we are going to work on our panel. Okay, so I have here let me see, 3 1/8 by 4 1/4 panel. Okay, and I have, so 2 things. I have this panel here, and we will not be able to see it, but I just wanted something fun. What do you guys think? Is it too busy? I like it like that, but I just wanted to ask you guys. Well, I'll wait for you to tell me if we leave the DSP or not. We are going to stamp in here. And I am going to bring this Happy Mother's Day from that heartfelt hellos. And, I think I want to go with the yellow, guys. Let's bring, I think this is Daffodil Delight or Crushed Curry. Let's look for it. Daffodil Delight. So we're going to use some Daffodil Delight in here. And we are going to stamp our Happy Mother's Day. Maybe I'm going to leave it in white. I just changed my mind in white, in black. Sorry, guys. I just thought that it would, the Daffodil Delight may be difficult to see. So I'm going to, ink in my Memento ink. There is something in my ink pad, in my stamp there. Okay, so we'll have a boat here, so either in or out. So we're 1-1. Carrie says not too busy, and Luis says maybe leave it out. So while we guys decide, I'm going to go and try to stamp this. Guys, you know how much I struggle stamping straight. I'm using my grid to do that, and I'm going to lower this a little bit towards me, guys, so it's straight. I'm using this stamp line here because it's easier, and I'm going to put this at the top, and hopefully I'm going to put myself out here so I can see without putting my big head in top of you guys. And that did not work. There we go. Did I move it? Yeah, I felt like I moved my camera. Sorry, guys. Well, hopefully that's going to be kind of straight. And fine. I did not press very well, but we're going to leave it like that. We're not going to stress about it and get going. So we have 1 and 1. Oh, sorry, Miss Carrie. Everybody's saying out. So bye-bye, bees. So we're going to bring this in here, and we're going to put it. It's going to have now a 1/4 of an inch difference. So I told you guys this red panel is 3 1/8 by 4 1/4, which means this is 2 7/8 by 4. Okay. And this is very simple. We're going to put some decorations in here that I have already here. Are you guys ready to decorate? Oh, I'm so hoping to get these decorated. Okay, the last piece, I promise, guys, is a piece of, this is 4 by 1. You can make it smaller. You can make it 4 by 3/4. It doesn't matter. Whatever pleases you best. It could also be shorter. The truth is, and I'm just going to show you guys, I'm going to close this so you can see, and I'm aligning these in here. So my main concern is that these pieces, I am not seeing these when it closes, okay? And you guys can tell it's going to be okay. So this piece is fine. 4 inches seems to be a good measurement. I would say either 4 or less. If you make it bigger than 4, you risk that it will pop out, right, when you fold it. So let me bring out all my decorations here, guys. You guys know how much I have. I love my little decorations. See, I told you guys that I had already another piece. Let's see. So my thought is we're going to put this one in here, right? But we have to put this first this piece first, but I want to just like show you what my idea is. And we have a couple of those jars, so I'm going to put them around here, and now we are going to put this bee in here. Okay, and actually I just thought of something, because I was thinking you can also obviously stamp here something or make some fun in here, but I just thought, what if we do acetate, so the flea, the flea, the bee looks like it's flying. Okay, so let's do this. So we said 1 inch, so I'm right there at 1 inch, and actually at this point in time I'm going to make it smaller, so that's 3/4, because this is going to be to have the bee flying by 4. Right? Sounds like a good idea. So we'll have acetate and the bees flying towards the, whoops, towards the honey. So I'm going to put this one in here, you guys. There you go, right there. And I'm going to bring my trusted and beloved, I guess, tear and tape. You can put 2 pieces in there. And let's go ahead and take that off. Okay. Same as I have said in the past, right? I'm going to put this in here. So I'm going to glue this, but I'm going to glue it a little bit below the actual. So I'm not aligning perfectly on that corner. I'm not putting a little bit below because it helps with the movement, right? So I'm just going to glue it there. Okay. There you go. Okay. And now we're going to bring our bee friend here. Actually, we could cut it there a little bit. It doesn't matter. Maybe we can cut a couple of other bees and put them in here. But anyways, it doesn't really matter because, you know, it's fine. I'm going to bring some, yes, you guessed it, guys. I am so sorry because I definitely do not prefer the tear and tape. I mean, I don't prefer on lives. Let me make that clear. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in here and pop her up like that. And so these will close. She is still inside, so I'm measuring that. And I can totally cut this a little bit. Since I am so not good with cutting, I think I'm going to leave it like this because I am pretty sure that it's going to be crooked. So let's not risk it. And I'm going to bring our super cute things in here. Oh, I forgot. Well, that's fine. We'll figure this out. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. So I'm going to put this one first. And then this one like right next to it. Right next, a little bit on top, but right next to it. And I had cut this friend because I wanted it to be in here, but now it's on the way. So that's not going to work since we can't put her like that. So that's sad because it would have been so cute for this to be there. We can cut another one, but I can do that another time because I don't want to make this longer. So, and this is going to go here now. A couple of things are important. So we're going to glue this here, but let's make sure that nothing is being seen, right? You know what I'm saying? Like all these mechanism is inside, so nobody will see it. And I'm going back to glue, and I'm going to put glue just on these part of the rectangle, and we're going to glue this. Did I mention I am not adhering these right to the edge? Let me show you. That's why I use the same color cardstock. So it's not right to the edge because I don't want this to, you know, create some movement issues. And that's your card. Isn't that so super cute? We definitely need one there. So that is what it is. I'm gonna fold this. I did colored our friend here. This is the one I colored. I used the dies to cut it. This is Mr. Friend, Mr. Not friend, Mr. Bear, and we're gonna put our bear here. I have already stamped this as well because I don't want to dwell with this too much. Okay, maybe. You know, just put him right here and then the hello low, or maybe the hello on top. We'll see. Maybe the hello in here. I think I like that. So I am going to glue the hello first, and I'm going to glue it, keeping our friend in here, making sure this side, you know, he's not off, and putting him there. Still inside the red, so there's, you know, some difference there. And then we'll bring our happy friend in here. He is going to go on dimensionals, of course. Nothing new there, right? We all know I love my dimensionals. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Carrie. I am glad that you like it. I love dimensionals, and I just keep thinking you do not skimp on them. Oh, that's not an actual mini dimensional, guys. Thank you, thank you. I am so glad that you like it. It's super cute. I will show you the other ones, and I will show you some of the mistakes I made in the others, which, especially in the first one. The first one was not my favorite card. There are things that I really, really like about it, but not my favorite card. So again, making sure that he is inside our card base, our boundary there. And now we're going to bring the bees, of course. Oh, wait. I am going to bring this bee here, and we'll be able to use her like that, right? That's a good compliment. So I'm going to bring her like there, and then she'll be fine. And then let's see. Yep. We're going to bring this other one in here. So lots of hearts, lots of cute hearts. I really like the hearts. I thought I was going to put this on dimensionals, but I forgot. So there's that. And then we can bring this super cute friend, and we can put her in here as well. So we have, hello, Anne, how are you? Oh my God, it's okay. How are you feeling? Oh, I'm glad, Diane and Kay. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys like it. So we're going to bring our little bee there, and there you go. Whoops, dimensionals aside. Oh my God, I think I just really like this color combination. And of course, I love the bear with the honey pot. It's like it was meant to be. So these are all cutouts from the paper. I have not used the stamp set yet. But isn't this super cute? Okay, last thing, because I know you guys know that I love these adhesive back hearts and flowers very, very much. And I am going to bring the yellow hearts, I think. I'm going to bring one in here. And whoops, I'm going to bring one up here. And I'm going to bring one of the, oops, maybe. And I'm going to put it like there on top of that red heart. Just to have some fun, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Louise. Oh, right. Thank you. I am so glad that you like it. I'm so sorry, Anne. But I am glad you're here, and I hope you feel better. And so there you go. There's the little hearts, and then we can open. And since these are not too bulky, I think I want to put some of, whoops, maybe. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. Okay. Forget it, guys. Sometimes you just have to go rogue. Some of the other flowers. And I'm going to put this one in here. And I'm just going to bring another one right there. And as you guys can tell, I really like those flowers. Thank you, Rachel. I am so glad that you guys like it. Okay, so this is our first card. I really like it because it's cute. It's really cute. Oh, thank you, Rose. I so appreciate that. Okay, let me bring, this is the first card I made that I'm not in love with. So I always make the same mistake. I buy the huge big packs and then I'm like, I need to use it and I need to use it and I don't know why I don't use them. So this is using one of my favorite die cuts. I've used them 100 times, guys, you know. And this is the new, it's here actually, I have it, Thoughtful Expressions, right? So I really like this one. If you don't have it, this is one of those that you need if you want my recommendation, because they have these, at least these, the dies have these layering dies, which I find absolutely adorable and super, super useful. So I'm making a mess in here, so let me not do that. So this is, you know, the first one. I'm using that glimmering paper. I really like it, but I used too much glue. Okay, so you guys can tell it's a little cricket here. And then it was like, I don't know, it was like, maybe I just like colorful stuff. So I have to say, I love how the hummingbird end up looking, right? Very, very beautiful, but it's just like lacking something. But this is the first one I did. So going back in here. So this one was 2.5 inches. I don't know if you guys can tell how much bigger this is than the one we did. And it happened that um, my hummingbird was getting stuck. So let me see if you guys can tell. See, can you tell? I had to like remove this, cut the corner there so this little butterfly, not butterfly, this hummingbird could flew in peace. Could fly in peace. So it's you know, these was some of the errors I made. This was, again, you can tell here how much. Let me move this. So this is towards the top, and this one had to be towards the bottom because the mechanism was all here and I could see it. Oh, do you, Ida? Huh. So I had to move these again towards the bottom to cover all the mechanism, and I'm just going to show you. Let's see if you guys can see it. I even had to cut, like I decided to cut, whoops, you can't see it, decided to cut that corner because it was still showing. So it was driving me insane. They are coming. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. They are coming through and I can see you. So this was the first one. Okay. The second one is using the celebration paper because I really, really like this paper, guys. And using one of those dies that I showed you earlier from Thoughtful Expressions. And the same, hello, look guys, I stick to mostly the same stuff. So this is the hello I used. And so I did here just putting some vellum on top to tone down the paper. It can get really crazy, and I fussy cut this from the paper. This is it's coming celebration paper, and I completely forgot its name. It's like bright and flighty and airy, something like that. But it's really, really beautiful. And then I opened the same. This one is actually a gift card. And see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be careful with this piece, right? I can totally see it. Not perfect, but if I let it go a little bit, you can totally see that corner. So I may cut that as well. Very, very cute card. So this is Bubble Bath, and this one is Boho Blue. And I am using some of that paper. I told you guys I'm pushing myself to use that paper because it's all there and I have barely used it. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate you. And then I did put some paper here just to make it more decorative. But this is the second card. Okay. And then the final card, yes, it is a Christmas card. But I've told you guys that I make a Christmas card with every project I do. And so that way by the end, thank you, Anne. I so appreciate that. By the end of the year, when Christmas time comes, I have done a card per week, which means I have like 50 cards, give or take, right? I'm taking those days that I don't. So this is using the very cute Merry Christmas. Um, Actually, the paper is from A Walk in the Forest. And I just color some of the bears. I was practicing some of those coloring tips that I'm learning. And there you go. Isn't this so lovely though? So we have the little bear. I dress them all up. They have gifts. I love them. I really like this one, I have to say. It's so super cute, but it's just because that sweet is so cute, right? So again, they are all dressed up. The bear and the gift, one of the gifts is in dimensionals, and so is um, the sentiment. So there you go. You have four super cute cards. This one is probably my least favorite. But it's still cute. I can't. So that's why, okay, that's why I decided that these needed to have. Thank you, Louise. I am so glad that you're doing that. That it needed to have paper on this side. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. See, I changed them all to have paper, like a full panel on that side. Yes, it's so much easier, Ida. I did that last year, and I have to tell you, it was perfect. By the end of the year, I really had most of the cards I needed to send. So I did not have to like go and create extras, right? Again, we're talking about 50 cards, right? 52 cards. Thank you, Elizabeth. So you have a lot of places to choose. Hey, I cut this one, or you see, I cut this one, so I probably will do that for that one. I do like, this is very soft. This is probably one of my faves just because I love this color. I love the bubble bath, and it just makes it so soft, right? And you guys know I love my flowers, but isn't this just adorably cute? Okay, there we go, guys. Making this in here. I am so glad you guys were here with me tonight. I appreciate you very, very much for all your support. I know. Oh, thank you, Miss Judy. And what happens, Anne, is that most people are commenting on YouTube. YouTube, yes, and you are on Facebook, so that is what is causing that you can't see anybody else's. So I am guessing that maybe you are the only one on Facebook watching. That could be, I don't know, but you would only be able to interact with people on Facebook. I'm able to see both of the comments, but from YouTube and from Facebook. So and I do hope, and you keep feeling better. Okay, guys, so these are the cards. Again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope, let me come back up here. I always forget to come back up here. Let me do this. There we go. I know you all love to watch my hands. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Carrie. I am so glad you like them. If you have YouTube, and yes, it makes it easier. I like to also stream on Facebook. In the end, a lot of people, like watch me on Facebook, but I that's why you are only seeing these comments, and it seems to me that a whole lot more people join in Facebook. In YouTube, not a lot more people, a few more people. Yes, Louise. That's why I always make some extras so you guys can look at what you got, right? Thank you, Ida. What you got, not only what's coming and you can buy, but what you may already have. Like you may already have the Merry Christmas or these dies, which, by the way, I have done like 100 of things with these dies. And these are all coming, but again, I just think that it gives you an idea of the potential um, the card has. Okay, guys, sending lots of hugs to you all, many blessings on this coming week, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up here or in Facebook. And oh, you're very welcome, Miss Judy. Oh, see you next time, Lord willing. I completely agree with you. And subscribe if you have not subscribed to it. Have a wonderful night, and I hope you feel better. Okay, guys. Bye.